What's up, ladies and gents? Everyone else, Slappy here with ETM 540 Clubhouse, coming to you from the shop. Back to it. Back to this pig. This little tiny pig. This pig of pigs of piggies. I don't know why I'm calling it a freaking pig. It's not even like, well, I guess it's kind of chunky, but it's not fat. But whatever, that neither here nor there. But we're getting back on the ATC70 125 shifter flat track circle racing thing. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, we're trying to finish this thing up because we're pretty close. We got quite a bit done. And though, yes, it is a little bit torn down right now. Don't let that deceive you. It's only to the point where we can work on the next little bit of things that we want to do. And that little thing is we want to put some back wheels on this. But we're not going to go with the old traditional ATC70 wheels and tires and all that stuff. We do have them. We're just not going to use them. No. We got something else in store. Let me show you. That's right. We're going with some old school. And I don't know if you could tell, that's the size of them up against my head. I don't know what that says about my head. Anyways, we're gonna do some go-kart tires with some go-kart wheels, and we actually only have one slick and one dirt, but I don't care because we use what we got. The only problem is these don't directly mount up to the actual wheel hubs on the ATC70, even though they are a 3-lug. The lug pattern is quite a bit smaller on these. So we need to make some wheel adapters. And I'm sure they sell them online, and I'm sure you can get them from certain companies, but I'm broke. I don't have a whole lot of money. So we're going to use what we got. And with that, we have some scrap metal, a little pipe, a hope and a dream, and hopefully some thought process and whatnot into it, and we'll go from there. But let me show you what I'm thinking. Here, check this out. So if my mathematics come out correctly, which I think they will, because, I'm a genius, it'll look something like that. And I know it's a little phallic, but hey, it's just get your mind out of the gutter. And no, I didn't purposely make it look like a penis. You disgusting person, whoever said that. Yeah, I feel like with some cutting, some welding, some measuring, some, leveling out, flattens, whatnots, all that good stuff, we can make it happen. So my goal today is to get 2 wheel adapters built out. I mean, hey, we've done it before. We made it work for the racer. I'd like to get better at this stuff, so why not go for... We're not working on the Nash, we're working on this. So let's make it happen. And we'll just kind of go through some basic steps along the way as we're doing it, and see what the end result is, and hopefully it won't be a big wobbly mess. You never know in this place. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to work. All right, so first off, we are going to trace out a pattern to cut from our crappy metal. And I'm going to try and use as much as I can. And while we're here, we'll mark our centers, and we'll find something to mark out each one of our holes. Nope. All right. Let's scribe. That's a great sound. Ugh. What? Now that'll give us a good idea of what we need to work with cutting around all that. Perfect. And then we'll just make another one of those and then move on to the next thing. Now, I know a lot of times people on stuff like this will be like, yeah, I'm going to be using a 1/4 inch slab of steel. Well, guess what? I'm using I don't freaking know. It's thick enough to where I think it'll hold. So that's the size I'm using. And if it feels like it's going to be too weak, I'll double it up. Just saying. All right, so with those done, now we need to draw a template for our inner hub, or the outer part of the hub. The one that hooks to the freaking wheels. That one. God dang. And then we'll trace those out, and hopefully we'll have enough metal for that, and then we'll be good to go, and we can start cutting. It's going quicker than I thought. Noise. All right, I'm sure there's a better way of checking this, but I'm just doing it this way. And as of right now, it looks like we are needing a 3-inch. That makes my skin crawl. So we need a 3-inch diameter cut. And then if we get that, then we will be good to go. I'm going to try and utilize something that I haven't busted out in a while. And let's see if we can make something happen with these. Ooh, this looks fun. Interesting. Okay, let's do this. Hey, for a freehand, that's actually not bad. But I need something that's an exact 3-inch circle. So I was trying to utilize all these. I remember as a kid, hang on. So let me know what you remember, but I remember as a kid using these and making some really freaking cool stuff art-wise with them. So I was sitting here looking at them going, oh, I'm an adult now. I could probably figure out how to use the metric. No, I'm completely just, what the hell? Stay in school, kids. That's all I'm going to say. Stay in school. So if I can just find something in here, which I'm sure I can, that's exactly 3 inches in diameter, then I'm just going to use that to circle around, and then we'll call it good from that. But yeah, all right, I'm going to look for something. All right, well, this isn't exactly 3 inches from edge to edge, but by the time I go out from the outside, it'll give me a nice curve, which is what I'm really looking for. Perfect. And I wish I had a 3-inch hole saw to where it would just be easy to do that, because I know some of you are probably like, hey, just use a freaking 3-inch hole saw. Well, I don't have one. Yeah, there we go. So we're using this. And I think once we get it all cut out, it'll be just the size we need. And the cool thing about metal is you can shape it if it isn't. So there you go. Now we get to cutting. But before we get to cutting, we also need to know what our depth is. So that way we can measure out this to the depth of this, which is gonna be about 2 3/4 inches. And then with the addition of the adapter plates, that'll probably put us around, yeah. That's how I measure. We do 2 3/4, we'll be on the safe side. With this, I'm not sure who cut it last, probably me. We just want to make sure it's square-ish. And then we'll go 2 3/4 out. I'm a hot mess. And do a little mark, do a little mark, do a little mark, so on and so forth. Yep. And then we will cut that out as well. And in order to get our other one, we will just go ahead and mark it off with the first one we cut. So, all right, cool. Now we just connect the dots. Now we can cut some stuff. Tune in each week, there's always much more. come on. There it is. Not bad. Let's see if we can't get one more cut out of this blade. Nice. Now that's called using it to the very last little bitter end. Or it's just called being broke and extremely stupid. Either way, we got our best out of it. Time to swap blades. All right, we got one last little bit to cut, so we're just gonna do it old school with the old cutoff wheel and hope for the best. Well, that could have been a lot worse, but that did just cost me about $4. Stupid. That's why you gotta take your time. It happens. All right, let's smooth these suckers out. All right, rather than bring you guys along, I just went ahead and started grinding. I put my head down and just went for it because there was quite a bit of, grinding to do. But, sometimes you just got to do it because when it comes to this stuff, in the thinking process of it and getting it done, I really just don't want to have to worry about the camera so much, so I just went for it. And honestly, I think they turned out pretty damn good. So now I'm going to drill the holes out, and with the holes drilled out from being marked, I marked these holes right here off of our actual hub from an ATC70. And then I marked these from inside our go-kart wheel. I figure once I have those drilled, then I can use those as a reference point for the center point or for where this thing needs to go. Our spacer, I guess you could call it. And then it should ultimately, in theory, make it level, I guess, to the point where it's not blah, 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 blah. Even though it probably will still do that because, let's be honest, actually, that's a bad example. That one's good. But I think it's the other side. The other side, I think, is a little wobbled out on the old racer. And, oh yeah, it's definitely that one. And I didn't feel it at all when I was driving it. So I'm hoping that it'll be close enough with these to where we'll be good. So I'm going to get the drill ready. We're going to knock that out. And then from there, we can possibly start welding those together and piecing stuff on and finding bolts and nuts. And so let's freaking do this. Doctor. All right. Son of a bitch. Well, that's embarrassing. Oh, yeah. Hot piece of metal on my thumb. A little close to the edge on that one. That's be okay. Well, I hope. We should. It'll be all right. Sweet. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Ow. Give these suckers a little wipe down because we're about to measure out our centers for welding. And then we'll get to that. And hopefully we'll have these done by the end of the day. That would be sick. I really got to work out a better method for my circles. I think hole saws are going to be the way to go for certain sizes. Okay. Bitches. All right. So my theory is that so long as the points from here to here to here to here and to here to here all match up, then this thing is centered. And then from there, we can just weld it in. And it looks like our money spot is 1 inch to center on the holes. And I am pretty much there on every single one right now. Well, let's see. 1. Ow. And 1. All right, let's freaking weld her up. All right, grinders and paint make me the welder I ain't. No, I'm just kidding. It ain't too bad, actually. So that is obviously a galvanized metal. It's not going to weld as good as steel would, but it's going to work. So we got a nice, healthy weld all the way around, and then I just did what was needed up top. But in order to make this work, now we just need to bore out a hole from there for our axle nut and all that. Because otherwise, if we don't, it's going to be in the way. So we're going to make something function for that. And then we can start bolting this thing on. Yeah. So I have about an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm hoping that we can get all that done within that amount of time. And then, yeah, we'll see some freaking wheels and tires on that bitch. All right, well, let's figure this out. Let's make this happen. And if we get these adapters to work, that'll be one of the freaking nails in the coffin. Wait, is that the proper term for that? That'll be the last flush of the toilet? I don't freaking know. It'll be one of the big steps as far as getting things back together and completed and all that. But you know what I mean. So let's go ream some holes out. Yeah. Oh, and I just saw. Yeah, I wasn't. You guys have dirty minds. If we were to just get the hole. It's the hole that, you know what I mean. It just needs to be that big. I'm sure we can figure this out. Let's freaking go. right, that took way longer than I wanted to. And it's always my luck with drills because I'm still not fully equipped with all that yet. But I think I just need to get a hole saw for the next one. At least this one we can get on and test it and just kind of make sure it works in general. And then I'll pick up a hole saw today on my way home. And then tomorrow we can cut out the other one. But for now, at least we can see. Just to see if it's going to function and work. Because I think it will. And I'm really excited. So yeah, I'm going to clean this thing off. And then we'll try and bolt it up to the adapter for now. And then do all that good stuff. And we'll we'll see what's up. I think it's going to, I'm like pretty positive it's going to freaking work. So yeah, I'm excited. Ugh. I don't know if you can. Oh, you can't see it. I'm not even gonna brag about this. Damn, that hurt. All right. Well, for the sake of mock-up purposes, we're gonna see if this will go on without that entire hole cut to size. At least it's cut enough to where it'll go over the nut. But yeah. Oh, and don't rush your work. Freaking just knocked the crap out of my freaking finger and it hurt bad. I always tell the boys to suck it up, so I hope they're not watching this because it hurts bad. But anyways, let's see if this will go on and temporarily, and then we'll figure out, oh god, a bigger, ow, that's hot, saw whole thing later. Yeah. I mean, why wait for it to cool down, right? Oh no! Oh, it looked like it was going to go over that. All right, we need to ream that out a little bit more. Be right back. BRB. All right, round 7. Still nothing. So just for the sake of trying, let's do this. Hot. All right, let's try this again. For now, we will just put 2 of those on because I am going to have to definitely drill that hole out more. And we have these, which we are going to have to grind down on a little bit, which is fine. We can do that. Do that and be right back. All right, well, one of them went in, and then I went to go put the second one in, and then I burnt my freaking finger again. Oh, gosh, dang it. Holy crap, I mean, it's still smoking. I mean, what did I expect? All right, well, let's see what we got here. Hi. Yeah. I'm actually running out of time and I'm making mistakes and I don't want to be stupid and I don't want to rush it. So for now, that's how we're going to leave it. Yep. But on another note, everything's piecing together really well. I'm burning my freaking fingers. I'm cutting myself. I'm doing stupid crap to rush it, and I don't have to rush. It can be something that we can fine tune. And I still need to clean up. And it's Sunday, so I got work tomorrow. So I am going to call this good for the night, put things away, and then we'll get back on it mañana after I get some more stuff. Gotta do it the right way. But yeah, got a lot to clean up. So anyway, see you tomorrow. All right, back to it. We officially got the I need a haircut. We got the proper hole saw. So we're going to hole saw out the area that we need to for that, to where we can get the castle nut in. We just got to redo that one. That one's gonna suck. And then from there, we can bolt the adapters on, get the other bolts on there, tack weld them into place, put some nuts on, freaking call it good, and I'm gonna get these tires on by the end of today. That's the goal. So I'm just gonna time lapse this bitch, and we're gonna freaking get to it, because I'm super stoked to have the wheels on, and we'll probably put the front tire on, the rim at least, and all that good stuff, and then get this thing off the jack stands. There we go. That's the goal. Let's freaking do this. Yes. Now that we got those all dialed in, let's freaking get this pig on there. So we're just gonna put our castle nut and washer back on, get this tightened up. Oi. All right. Give ourselves a new cotter pin. All right, so with that there, boop. Oh, yeah. Oh, and they all go in. Good sign. Bad sign is that I didn't bring a freaking tool again to tighten this all the way down. Be right back. Totally should have done the star pattern on this. I'm just kidding. You know that's not possible. Yeah. All right, well, now we gotta fit these beasts in. In order to do that, we are gonna have to do some modifications to the bolt heads to make them fit better. So let's do that. And then some of them, of course, will just go right in. And I did decide I wanted to go ahead and tack weld these in just for the sake of strength. So I'm gonna modify these and be right back. All right, I think we got it. So in order to keep these flush for welding, we're just going to put the nut on one side, tighten down the side we're gonna weld, and then that'll keep us nice and squared up. Well, hopefully. Oh yeah. One more, and we're ready to tack these on. Sweet. And then we can move to the other side. Oh, that's so nice. Well, I think I'm just gonna do the other side. That way when the welder's on, we can just hit them all. Perfect. All right, well, there they are. Studs welded on, all bolted on. Next thing is the freaking wheels, putting those suckers on. Let's just hope those line up, and then we'll, yeah, get it off the jack stands and start talking about putting that front tire on. Whew, some milestone moments here, folks. All right, let's see if we did a good job sizing these up. Yes, we did. They're a little tight, but they are working. Oh yeah. Oh yes. All right, I'm gonna do the other side and be right back. rad. Oh. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't wait to get the rest of this stuff on. All right, let's put on the front wheel and then we'll go from there. This is way too cool not to try and do as much as we can. So, crap, I totally just dropped some tools in excitement. You're never gonna guess what size it was. Yeah, 10 millimeter. And literally I can't find it anywhere. It's like gone. It dropped right at my feet and then just gone. Just gone, just into the abyss. Oh, what the hell? I mean, seriously, there's not that many places it can hide. Freaking crap. And you know what's funny is I have a legit spot for my 10 millimeters. Right here. It's called the 10 millimeter sanctuary. And unfortunately, this one isn't coming. Oh, I found it. Oh, I almost ate crap too. Sweet. It's gonna be a good day. Well, it already is a good day because this thing's looking bad. All right, front tire. Wow. I was actually worried about what that tire was going to look like with these wheels and tires, and I'm not hating it. It's not bad. It kind of gives the rat roddy feel, all the completion. Yeah. This thing is so sick. I mean, seriously. That's bad ass. Holy crap. I want to get it on the ground. I should be able to get it on the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the ground. It needs to be on the ground. All right, hang on. This is gonna be interesting. All right, let's do this. Oh God. Oh, it is barely on there. Okay, just stay for me for a second. Just for a second. Oh my God, this thing is light. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh. Oh, we gotta do that mod still. Oh, this is ridiculous. Ridiculously awesome. Holy crap. Yeah, that's sick. Oh my goodness. I can definitely see us going with a smaller front, but still, just as is with what we have laying around. That's amazing. Oh, look how low the ass end is. Wow. We went full lowrider. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I freaking love it. Holy crap. So for those of you who are just now following this build, this is stuff that we just had laying around our shop. The chassis, motor, tank, I mean literally everything. Everything on here, just parts. just parts we had. So for it to go from bare bones to that is freaking amazing. Oh my God, I don't even want to put it back on the freaking lift. Wow. But we need to, because we got other stuff we got to do to it still. But yeah, that's freaking great. So I'm actually going to end it with that. That was the main key component that I wanted to get done. One of the things that I was kind of like, you know, like putting off a little bit. It's not why we delayed the build for as long as we did, but it was one of the things that I wasn't planning on doing so soon. But I said, screw it. I'm going to put the time in and get it to function and work, figure it out. And we did. And it freaking came out great. Oh, so with that, thank you guys for sticking around with this build. We got some more stuff coming down the line. We're still going to finish this up. So next week, we're going to probably do all the button-up stuff on it. And that way we can call it good and move on to the next. But we got some more fun stuff coming. And we're going to start doing some more giveaways. Just because I got some more merch and we've been making things and this and that. And I want to be able to get you guys some stuff. So actually, matter of fact, let's do this. So for those of you who know us really well, you know that we do J-Rags, and we'll let someone in the comments explain. But I'll do this. For the person who can get to the closest number that I have written on this rag, in between 1 and 100, I will stencil it and mail it out to you. So put it in the comments, just on YouTube, what you think it is between 1 and 100, the number I have written on this. I will stencil it and send it to you. Matter of fact, I'll freaking stencil it right now. Let's do that. I'm going to stencil it right now. Boom. There you go. It is the rag I've been using this entire episode. So, we'll start doing stuff like that at rando, just because. So anyways, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for, again, sticking it out with this freaking rad build. And we'll see you guys next week when we do some more stuff to it. Hopefully button up the wiring and it'll get its first run, and then we'll freaking call her good. So yeah, love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. We are growing, and I want to keep growing, and I want to keep growing, and I want to keep growing. That's all I got. All right, I'll see you later. Yeah. All right, I'm going to show you guys some out here in the middle of freaking nowhere in Maricopa in the Central Valley. They got this going on. All you other freaking cities in California better get on board, because this is sick. Now, if the city of Maricopa can freaking make this happen for their peeps, all you other cities better get on this, because that means you can too. It's freaking sick out here. Super sick. Literally, Central freaking Valley. That's crazy. It's amazing.